In the beginning, the world was silent, vast, and untouched by ambition. Early humans lived close to nature, guided by survival rather than power. They hunted, gathered, and slowly learned to shape stone into tools, fire into warmth, and fear into courage. These first societies did not think of borders or kings. They thought of the sun rising, the rains coming, and the next generation surviving. Over thousands of years, humans began to settle near rivers like the Nile, Indus, Tigris, and Euphrates. These rivers gave life, food, and stability, allowing villages to grow into cities. With stability came ideas, language, religion, traditions, and the earliest forms of leadership. Humanity was no longer just surviving. It was beginning to shape the world. As populations grew, civilizations emerged with extraordinary achievements. Egypt built monuments that challenged time itself, while Mesopotamia wrote the first laws to control society. In the Indus Valley, cities were planned with advanced drainage systems, showing intelligence far ahead of their era. China developed philosophy and governance systems that would influence millions for centuries. These civilizations believed they were chosen by gods, destined to rule, and protected by divine forces. Power concentrated in the hands of kings, priests, and emperors. While these societies brought progress, they also introduced inequality. The gap between rulers and common people widened, and obedience became more important than freedom. Yet, these civilizations laid the foundation of human knowledge, art, science, and governance that still shapes the modern world. With power came conflict. Kingdoms wanted more land, more resources, and more control. Armies marched across continents. Empires rose through blood and iron, and history became written by the victors. The Persian Empire connected vast lands through roads and administration. The Roman Empire dominated Europe with discipline and law. In Asia, powerful dynasties expanded their influence through warfare and strategy. While empires promised order and protection, they often delivered oppression. Conquered people lost their identity, language, and freedom. However, empires also connected cultures, trade routes, and ideas. War destroyed lives, but it also spread knowledge, technology, and beliefs across the world, shaping a shared human experience. As empires expanded, corruption slowly crept in. Leaders began ruling for themselves rather than for their people. Heavy taxes crushed farmers. Slavery became common, and rebellion brewed in silence. The Roman Empire fell not only due to invasions but because of internal decay. Similarly, great empires in Asia and the Middle East collapsed under weak leadership and endless conflict. History showed a painful truth. No empire, no matter how powerful, could survive without justice. Ordinary people suffered the most while elites lived in luxury. Yet, in every dark age, thinkers, philosophers, and reformers rose, questioning authority and imagining a fairer world. The world entered a turning point when people began demanding rights instead of accepting fate. The American Revolution challenged monarchy, declaring that power belonged to the people. The French Revolution shook Europe, ending centuries of royal dominance. Ideas of freedom, equality, and democracy spread like fire across continents. Empires feared these ideas more than armies. Slowly, old systems collapsed and new nations were born. However, freedom came at a cost: violence, instability, and uncertainty. Still, humanity had crossed a line. It could no longer return to blind obedience. The world was changing, and people were becoming aware of their own power. The modern era brought technology, industry, and globalization. Machines replaced muscles, cities grew taller, and information traveled faster than ever. But old struggles did not disappear. They changed shape. Instead of kings, corporations gained power. Instead of swords, nations used economics and media. Wars continued, but often in shadows: political influence, cyber conflicts, and ideological battles. Humanity achieved incredible progress, yet inequality, poverty, and injustice remained. The world became connected, but people felt more divided than ever. History seemed to repeat itself in new forms, reminding humanity that progress without wisdom is dangerous. Today, humanity stands at a crossroads: climate change, global conflicts, and technological power threaten the balance of life itself. The same intelligence that built civilizations now has the power to destroy the planet. History whispers a warning. Civilizations fall when greed overcomes responsibility. The future depends on choices made now, whether humanity learns from its past or repeats it again. The world's story is not finished. It is still being written by every decision, every voice, and every action. If history has taught anything, it is that true greatness is not measured by conquest, but by compassion, justice, and unity.